Hello, welcome to today's collective general reading. As always, remember to use your own discernment, join with intention, and allow the messages to be received with an open heart. A quantum reminder, we are speaking through symbol and story here. Please do not rely on tarot readings for factual evidence. You are always encouraged to do your own research, especially when engaging with strangers on the internet. Okay. I'll just, where do you start? You just start. Last night I was doing some journaling and like developing something, and then there was this song stuck in my head, and then it became another song, and then another song, and then by the time I realized it, I was like, okay, I don't know what the previous songs were, but I'm going to look up what the beats per minute is for this song that's currently in my head. And I did that. And then I looked into, okay, that's 124 beats per minute. What should my heart rate be before sleep? Like when I'm winding down for the night, and they say it should be between 60 and 100. And then when you're asleep, it should be between 40 to 60. And I said, okay, this is really interesting. I know that you talk about the different clairs, etc., but considering when a beat, a vibration, a signal, a frequency is entering into your witness space, you could say. And instead of the human trying to say, okay, what does that song mean? What is my relationship to that song? Are there lyric messages in it? And that can also all be a part of it. But what for me was very interesting last night is recognizing that vibration and tempo find us. And if we are knowing to witness these beats around us, it's able to then do a check-in. And so I took my pulse and I was like, okay, I'm within the range, but what are some songs of 80 beats per minute, of 60 beats per minute? And then I was writing down songs that I recognized that were in that tempo. So now what I can be doing to train myself to slow down, regulate my nervous system, is knowing to change the soundtrack in my head, and perhaps like sing a song in my head that's of a lower heart rate. And that was just one, like utilitarian, that's useful. But two, it was very interesting to consider the ways that we are receiving messages, even those of us who have been receiving messages our entire lives or for many decades, whichever fits with for you. There's something, and it does feel that it's the shift of Aquarius. And I'm just saying that, again, do your own research. But I'm recording this the day 2 days after the solar eclipse and 1 day before Pisces, which is also Saturn and Jupiter conjunct in Aries. Do I know what all that means? No, but I spoke to someone who does, and I wrote it down. And so for me, that's a marker. You could say that's a coordinate. And so I think it's really interesting how, and I have a collage over here, and you can't see it. It's been in previous videos when I lived elsewhere, but I have some words stitched together that say, better than digital world. I'll let that sit. Okay, so what message does Spirit have to share today? What wants to be received? I heard the teeniest bit of a squeak upstairs, kind of like a chair, like chair leg sliding. So it's faint. It's gentle. It's not going to be in your face. You may feel it beating ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum in your chest, but it's not going to be something that just visualizes itself in front of you, or a voice that you hear, or a physical sensation on your body. Whatever it is that you normally receive messages through, there's a shift. We've been able to reformulate, I'm not sure what word it is, but re-entwine ourselves. And we're now able to reach a higher frequency. I'm seeing King of Pentacles on bottom. I'm seeing this here and the stripes. That's actually interesting. I've recently been writing, hello, look at the speckles on bottom. I've recently been writing my E's, just 3 lines. No vertical, all horizontal. And I know that this does tie in with ULab and looking at spiraling and vertical movement, not just horizontal movement. And so perhaps where it was that you have been has been witnessing, monitoring, observing horizontal movement, and you're now going to be receiving things vertically. Again, whatever that means to you. But here I'm seeing it went from those 3 lines to a bit of 2 blurred lines and a lot of speckles. So I'm seeing again that the message is softer. It's not faded. It's not any less clear, but it's, you know, if we look at frequencies in the way that a lot of people recognize, which is that dogs can hear this high whistle that humans usually can't. There's something about it's genuinely, like, not metaphysically, physically. It is physically, however you would describe this for quantum science. It is physically at a higher vibration that you will only be able to perceive if you are matching up with it. And not in the fake it till you make it, which is also totally a way to do these things, but there's something specific here that I'm feeling on my right side, is that it's not for you to intuit, it's for you to do. It's for you to be. Okay. Thank you. Is there one more? Thank you. Is this a lot? Yes. On bottom we have Page of Swords. And so for me, that is speaking to what I was just talking about, of a new way of engaging with psychic thought, psychic messaging that is received in our heads. It's turned upside down our understanding of what it means to connect with spirit, with source, with higher vibration, with your higher self. The words that you use, insert here. And not the 3 of Cups upside down in a negative sense, but it's different. It's not what you're used to. Again, this Queen of Swords leading to, I'll get to that, but the choice, which leads us to the 10 of Cups. And so we have the Queen of Swords with the Knight of Cups. And so I'm seeing how they're facing the same way. They're lined up similar. They have their hands raised, but it's his right hand and her left hand. And the Queen of Swords can be cutting with her words. She's easy to express herself through mental agility, and everyone around her is not always ready to receive the sword. In seeing this mimicked, or because it's not mirrored, it's not in opposition, it's an extension. It's a horizontal movement, okay? With the Knight of Cups, which is this emotional regulation. And so I am feeling this connecting back with the frequencies and vibration and like seeing a spiral and all of the emotions. I don't know what term is to use specifically, but like emotional resonance at different frequencies and reaching like nirvana, right? Bliss. Again, don't quote me, do your own research. But so what it is that's going to lead us to the place where either decision we make is going to bring us to the 10 of Cups regardless. We are it's kind of like living your whole life in a well and not understanding, what do you mean there's no risk of falling back down this dark hole? It's like getting out of a well and then you're walking along, but you're always looking for divots in the ground in case you might fall through. You're not trusting your physical surroundings. You're not trusting your community, your environment, your ecosystem, because you are scared, rightfully so, given your experiences. You are wary of the land because while the land has always held you, you have had to fall to be held. But what I'm hearing now is that you are at a new, if this is resonating with you, you're at a new elevation. And it's kind of like you're driving along the highway, and whichever exit you take, it's going to get you to your destination. You can't take a wrong exit. You will just take a different route. The Emperor. And so with the Emperor upside down, I'm feeling that it's not that stubborn nature that's been coming out in previous readings. It's actually, as I'm looking up into my camera, I'm seeing the Emperor is upside right for me based on my perspective, which is very interesting. But I am seeing it that it's not an overbearing confidence. It's just a trust. It's a faith. It's that Eight of Swords energy. It's knowing that regardless of what route you take, you will be where you need to be because you are. I did have something come through in Hermit energy yesterday or day before. What was that actually? Let me check. It says connected, networking, appraised, communicating, hermit. And so I'm seeing this as a new way of connecting that's not actually isolation. It's these quieter pockets of taking a step back and integrating the new information, knowledge, experiences, etc. that have found you, you have found. And so it's just taking time, perhaps at the end of each day, perhaps at the beginning. Maybe you have some time in the lunch hour, maybe there's some time in the afternoon, you have a few minutes to yourself. But it's about taking a small amount of time every day in hermit energy. Okay. The Two of Wands and the Page of Cups, in a previous reading, it was talking about how this person is turned away from the wand that is locked in to his location. And about how we forget where we come from. But this, again, there's a strong, firm energy that has a lot of entity. A strong, firm entity that has a lot of energy behind it, and it's now being paced with the cup. Because we now have a new perspective on what it means to be in this. Oh, I didn't even see these. The Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Yes, again, so it's 1, 2, 3, but it starts, it ends, but it continues. It constants through this new awakening balance that we discover when we are in a place, in a vibration where new messages can reach us. And regardless of your beliefs, whatever it may be, for how new messages reach you, for what is inside you, for what is outside you, for what is all, what is both and, what is every. However it is that you operate, it's, as I'm petting this rabbit fur, it's a quick jump, I'm hearing. It's not the place where you are now. If this resonates with you, it's not that you have that far to go. You don't need to go on another stretch to get away from wells. You are on a different physical foundation. The earth is stronger under you now. You have found more solid ground. Now we'll go in order. Interesting. So we have the... Let me just get these covered up. I wasn't laughing at the devil card. 1 second. We have the 10 of Pentacles. And we have the devil. And as that's riding over on the cups here, which is fine. Just pacing. Perhaps it's needing to reorient a little more often. That's fine. It's worth it. I was laughing at the Four of Wands because for me the Four of Wands is the card representing the 444 collective, which is linked down in my description if you are interested. And so this, everything that we wanted is not having to do it by their rules. You insert what they means to you. Yes. You describe the devil, but you're not actually tied to that contract. For me, the 444 collective represents foundation and strength in doing things a new way that resonate with self, that care for our needs and bring us abundance, plenty. It's not at the same time also, and it, I don't know the words for the intersections of how I'm seeing this, but it's also the signal. It's a signal, a vibration, something that has, it's kind of like, not necessarily like the red string of fate, but I'm thinking of this movie that I saw when I was a kid, and the princess and the goblin, I think. It's this princess who goes into this underworld and there's goblins, and the way that you defeat them is jumping on their toes, and they hate singing, and her late great-great-grandmother is like a spirit in the castle, and she shows, I think Rini is Princess Rini, I'm not sure, but she shows the princess this magical silver thread, and the thread is always there, and she can always reach out and grasp that thread, and she will find her way home. And sometimes you see the thread and it's silvery and white and glistening, and it has a lot of light radiating from it, and it's very mystical, it's very beautiful, it's magical. And sometimes it vanishes. And vanish in appearance, for something to vanish, it doesn't mean it's gone. It doesn't mean it's over. And so there's this signal that has, again, always been here in horizontal, but now being on more solid ground, you're able to get to a higher elevation point Not a plateau, because it is not in isolation. It continues, but this magical thread, signal, vibration, spiral, you are now grasping onto. You see it. And through faith, again, this Eight of Swords, through faith, you don't need to see it every time to know that it is still there. We have the Ten of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Sun. So I'm seeing this as as the wind pulls up on the window, as previous to now, and this is what has changed. And what has changed, again, this yellow above his head to the sun. It's no longer about exhausting yourself, fighting with people that don't see things the same way as you. And I don't mean for you to isolate yourself off from people with different values and viewpoints, because I think that's very natural and healthy. But you're not allowing yourself to get sucked into it. It's like this silver string. There will be conflict arising, and then you see a glint in the corner of your eye, and you're like, right, my path does not continue in conflict. There's healthy ways to engage in conflict. It's not about seeking out the fight. It's not about continuing the fight that's been started. It's not about being in defense of a fight coming upon you. It's about being. And again, this is what's... Oh, and I grabbed the stripes. So you are this bebe. I'm seeing the 3 sunflowers here as the 3 cups. So spirit is always with you, has always been with you, is always supporting you, and is waiting for you to see the sun in yourself. Seeing this here with the Hanged Man, also with the Hermit. It's about taking a few minutes a day to monitor your light, I'll say, in terms of like radiance, energy, presence. Yes, not rushing, not feeling like you haven't done enough. Seeing this piece of moonstone and how it looks almost like the white has like draped on top, kind of like an ice cream cone, like there's something that was just poured on top of it. And I'm seeing this as something cooling it down, that what was what's active now, that what was clear and see-through and felt transparent and felt exposed to the world now has this cloak coating. Does another card want to come out? No, I think this is the message. I think I'll do another one that's really short following up on this. And I'll have that for the 444 collective. Okay, thank you for watching. If anything that I said resonated with you, you found it interesting, you can like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to find videos from me more often. In the description, you'll find a link to my Substack, which hosts the 444 Collective, which is a virtual ecosystem operating as a place to gather and explore together.